Hello everybody. I want to talk about toxic leaders. There's generally two different types of leaders, good and bad. What do we call the bad? They're often called toxic leaders. They're maladjusted and malicious, and they're among the most loathed and despised in their fields. What makes a person a toxic leader? And hopefully, by knowing what makes somebody a toxic leader, we could be the reverse, a good leader, one who advances the interests of their world. Toxic leaders in general have 5 characteristics. First, and maybe most importantly, is that they're selfish and self-centered. They only think of themselves. And remember, a leader, what makes a person a leader is that they have followers. They also have a place to go, something they want to do. So if somebody is selfish and self-centered and only thinks about themselves, they're going to take their followers on a course that's often the most destructive. Therefore, the selfish and self-centered people should never be in a leadership position, for their aims aren't necessarily what's positive for those who are their followers. Second is that toxic leaders are egocentric. They think of themselves as best, and everyone else as worst. The problem with egocentric people is that they rarely listen to opinions, or rarely elicit or appreciate feedback. They think they know everything, therefore they have nothing to learn from anyone. A destructive combination. Third is that a toxic leader has destructive rather than constructive ambitions. Rarely do you see a maladjusted and malicious person doing good. Usually they become a leader to promote their maladjusted and malicious aims. That again is constructively destructive for most everyone on earth. Those that attain a high position in this world, whether through force or just simply because of their personality, those that have a destructive ambition can really wreak havoc in the environment. Therefore, great care must be exerted towards those we follow, because if we follow the wrong person, they're going to take us to the wrong ends, and we're going to have the wrong events. Fourth is that toxic leaders demand loyalty from others, yet are instinctively disloyal in return. They're always willing to give somebody up when it suits their needs, but they demand utter and total loyalty from those that follow them. In many cases, they receive that loyalty just by virtue of their personality and their aims. But we should be wise about who we follow, for these types of people will certainly not benefit us over the long term. And lastly, the toxic leader is often disrespectful and denigrating towards others. Since they have evil ends, and they have destructive ambitions, it's rare that they can treat people with a high level of respect and a high level of positivity. Instead, their destructive aims are similar to the destructive actions that they have towards others. Toxic leaders can be among the most feared and fearful people you ever meet. They're selfish and self-centered. They're egocentric. They have destructive rather than constructive ambitions. They're disloyal to nearly everyone they meet, and they're disrespectful and denigrate others. This is not the type of person an organization should have in a leadership position, and it's not the type of person that we should follow. Choose wisely who you decide to follow. Follow those who have the best of ambitions and the most noble of personalities. That's a good combination on somebody that you should spend your time following to help make something better. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the day.